It's nicer to learn out of winning. It's nicer when you learn while you're winning. So it's not nice when you learn while you're losing. That's a given. Yes, we did learn a lot today. But as we said there in the changing room, learning is only when you at the next game then adapt to what you've learned and implement what you've learned. Otherwise, you're just saying you're learning. So yeah, we knew we took a few gambles today. But I think if the gambles and things we tried was a lack of combinations and understanding, it would have been more acceptable. But discipline and things like that, it's got nothing to do with combinations and the different things that you try out. So overall, very disappointed about those things that we actually could control, which we didn't.
Carl, why do you think the penalty count was so high? I mean, a lot of them were for offsides, simple things like that.
Yeah, look, at the breakdown, we chatted before and we did the whole profile on Glenn. He's definitely trigger happy at breakdown, without a doubt, and we know that. But then you know it before the game. We spoke about that. He's the guy that gives by far the most penalties at breakdown for tackler not releasing and sealing off, and we prepared for that. And that's what you get with Glenn. He wants a nice clean breakdown, and it's not like that was a surprise to us. That we spoke about that again 5 minutes before the game actually. So it's just us, maybe just not adapting to that, because he started penalising us from the beginning and we didn't adapt, and I don't think it was unfair penalties. He's like that at the breakdown.
Coach, congrats on your series win. You said in the week you don't like to take off your 10 during a match. You did take off your 10. Should we read anything into that?
Yeah, I said I don't like to take off the 10 when he's making decisions. I feel so as long as the 10 is making decisions, you can judge if it's good or bad, and then afterwards you can go and fix it. In this game, unfortunately, Alton will tell it himself. He's a grown man. He understands that. It was just piling up. Charts down. The pressure was onto him. Our pack wasn't really dominating that like they were dominating the previous game. It was wet. It's some young outside backs next to him. So overall, I thought the pressure was really on Alton. And at that stage, when I subbed him, I thought I could relieve the pressure from him and still win the test match. So it's definitely not just an Alton problem. Overall, our pack definitely didn't dominate this game like Andre was having almost like an armchair ride to previous games. Alton was much more under pressure.
So often, Rassie, that a player, that a home crowd gets on one of their own players back, like they did maybe with Elton. What kind of character is he? How's he responded to the way the crowd reacted to what was going on out there?
Yeah, I must more look at myself there than at Elton, and maybe the way we manage things and how we integrate players and how we rotate things. We just have to make brave calls, and sometimes while making those brave calls, some individuals are going to get singled out because, when you play in weather like this with a young outside backs and a new third team, sometimes you put that poor player in a position where he has to swim or get through it. People on the outside might think, listen, this is last chance saloon for him, but we might be thinking long term and saying, okay, let's see, maybe we have to do that somewhere during the next 2 or 16 or 15 months, and today we learned a few things, and certainly we didn't just learn about Alton today. We learned a lot of other things about wet weather and kicking games. So he's a strong character. He's got some 2-3 Super Rugby games to get his confidence back again.
Rassie, having won this series, sometimes it's difficult to get up, knowing that you're 2-0 ahead. Do you think that played a part? And also, were there any positives? Warwick Galant had some good runs. Jesse Kriel as well.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you, it's sad to say. That we didn't get up for this game, because I really thought, the way we trained this week, and I'll do some homework myself. There must have been a few things I did wrong this week, because we definitely didn't pitch at that. I wouldn't say we didn't pitch for the game, but we didn't pitch at that same level intensity-wise, and we just gave some stupid penalties away, which we normally doesn't. And so I'll do some homework myself there. But yes, I thought Warwick did some great things, and again, for Cebu and Apue, they now know when you catch those up and under from Cipriani in this weather, we have to work harder at those things. And yes, we learned a lot of bad things, but also a lot of good things that we can work on.
Rassie, the fact that you didn't have a right-footed kicker, at some points you look unable to exit cleanly because of the left-footed dominance in your exit play.
You're probably right, and I wouldn't like to make excuses, but the first half, our kicking game was actually superior. We just couldn't finish, and we gave a lot of penalties away. The second half, they totally dominated the kicking game, and we couldn't get out of our half. And it wasn't wind, It wasn't some of the conditions. It was us not handling the pressure well. So I guess the first half we were good at it, but then we had a lot of penalties, and we couldn't. The 1 or 2 tries that we could have scored with Jesse on the outside, we didn't get points. And then the second half, they just built the pressure. We were stuck in our own half, and that's when we made the changes of getting Willie on, getting Andre on to try and get out of our half. But yes, tactically, I thought Eddie was really good, and the whole Cipriani was good, and they pinned us back in the second half.
Other Craig?
Rassie, obviously you understandably disappointed, but if you were told that you were going to win the series 2-1 before the series started, you must be happy that the way the series has gone overall.
Yeah, you're right, man. But listen, if you lost the first game and won the next 2, it would have been better, win the series that way. But when you lose the last one, it's 6 weeks before you play again. So just your hart klop bietjie sleg na verloor. Is nie lekker om te verloor, especially not at Newlands. So yeah, we won the series. That's great. We're building and we've experimented a few things. That's positive, but it's bad to lose, And we spoke about it. We'll work hard and we'll be ready in championship.
Rassie, you mentioned you had to take a few gambles here and there, the series, but going towards the championship, do you think there'll be capacity during that campaign to experiment, or do you need to know exactly who your first choice team is and stick with it? What sort of room will there be for experimentation in that campaign?
Yeah, we actually experimented today with the championship in mind. With all respect to England and the series, we would never count the test matches as being lower graded as any other test match. But because the series was won, this was unfortunately or fortunately a situation where we could test a few things. So with a few guys not being available in championship like Duane and a few other guys, and we're going to rotate a little bit. A guy like Warwick. Yeah, that was a great chance to give him a show now. A guy like Damian Willemsen might come into the mix now. Eben might be ready. Malcolm might be ready. There's Warren Whiteley might be ready. So we had to have a few answers before we stop with this series, before we go into championship. You can't really experiment against the All Blacks. So I think the experimentation will stop now, and hopefully we can kick on and win from now.
Sia, just your view on why the intensity wasn't there today?
I really don't know, but I think that's what hurts the most. Obviously, we were in control of that, and obviously the discipline, and I think we let ourselves down in that. I think that's why it hurts the most, because we could have controlled the outcome of this game today, and obviously the discipline as well. But to be honest, there was no signs at training, because we were working really hard together as a team. Everybody was focused. I think England was really smart. They slowed everything down. I think we just fell into that trap as well. But it's something to learn from. Like Coach said, it's not nice to lose while you're losing. But yeah, we at least we know next time what the intensity is that we should be playing in.
Sia, Rassie spoke about Glenn Jackson. Some of the breakdowns, it looked like it was a ruck already, but you still allowed England to contest there. Was it difficult to get through to him?
No, I won't be making excuses. I think we were late a couple of times, and the ref does his job, and I think he did a brilliant job today. Like Coach says, we knew what was coming our way, and we just didn't adjust to it and make sure that we're there. So I think the ref did a great job. We just made a lot of mistakes.
Rassie, just with regards to the wet weather, against Wales it was also similar situation. Do you feel that it's a mindset that plays when it's wet, then they maybe not playing the normal game, or they're thinking of a different game plan? Does that play a role?
No, without a doubt. Yes, and it's a different kind of tiredness. It's kicking and running back. It's not a physical thing where you sprint 40 meters and go and make a tackle and get width. It's a thing of running 40 meters back, chasing a kick. So it's a different kind of tiredness, and I think sometimes some of the tight forwards loses their focus, and some of the wingers stay out of the game because it's just a kicking deal. So overall, listen, it was exactly the same for England. So we can't say that should have been detrimental to the way we play. Again, as I said to the previous gentleman who asked, we must now learn from this and do a review and say, listen, why does your intensity drop when it's a kicking game? It shouldn't. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to go and review that.
I'm not available for the rugby championship. That's it. Yeah. Never know.
Just on the back of that, you were limping at the end of the game. What was going on there?
Yeah, I got clean out at the one breakdown, and I felt my hammy. I don't know. I've never torn a hammy, so I don't really know how it feels. It feels like a cramp, but it's I can still feel it. So I don't know. We'll assess tomorrow.
Duane, after halftime with the try from GC, guys really held onto the ball well. It was quite simple but effective. What went wrong after that, or that you couldn't continue with that stuff?
Yeah, I think we just made changes, and I think the impact the guys that came off the bench definitely did their part. You know, they contributed a hell of a lot in the build up towards Jesse's try. I think, like we said at breakdown, they really dominated us, and our discipline put us on the back foot. So. This is the kind of game England plays, and well done to them, you know, for stepping up and going back to their style of play, and it worked in the end for them. So yeah, I think it's small things to fix on our side, but yeah, it was all came down to discipline, I think.
Yeah.
Rassie, you have 2 months now, I think, before the Rugby Championships. We saw how the All Blacks played against France this morning and the Hollands. How far off do you think the Boks are? Eddie Jones just said he thinks you guys can win the World Cup. But
Well, tonight.
Talent you got.
yeah, with the amount of talent and I mean, do you see that? I mean, obviously, you feel that they can do it.
The challenge currently with us is, you know, there's other things that sometimes, you know, is not as often was open for you guys to see. But the minutes he's played this season without getting a rest and play, so we're trying to manage things like that. So there's so many things we're balancing at this stage, trying to build towards the World Cup. I really think we can win the World Cup. I think England can win the World Cup. You know, they showed it 23 out of 25 games, and they were six love down now in tests, and they came back and they beat us at Newlands. You know, I think every single team has a chance next year. I think we got it right for 2 or 3 test matches. We were terrible today, in my opinion. But with the things that we've tried and the lessons that we learned from Damien Willems, who is still there, and you know, Eben, who's out of the mix, I think if we can get it all right quickly, like we did in the first 2 test matches against England, I think we're in with a chance. Like they today were excellent. So yes, we've got the talent, but we'll have to manage our players. That's what Duane says. You know, he might go out, and we have to maybe use him sparingly over the next couple of months. Even a guy like Sia, you know, a guy like Willie. There's a lot of things that we have to balance to make sure that when we hit next year or September, that we've got a fresh, experienced team with a lot of confidence.
Duane, just on the note, I mean, how tough will it be for you to miss out on the championship? By all accounts, you've really enjoyed being back in the Bok environment and have made a big impression on and off the field.
Yeah, I think it will be difficult, not to be part, but you know, we've got the plan, and I've spoken to Rassie about it, and I think there's still more time in this coming weeks that we can work out exactly the plan, what we want to do, and yeah, but I think it's great being back. You know, it's great being part of a squad, a young squad, and guys who are excited to play. They love to play. They love to get together, and you know, it's just great to pull this green jumper over your head again. So yeah, I'm really happy to be back, and I hope to be a part of the coming tests. I know it's not going to be the championship, but we'll see down the road. But yeah, it's a great team. We've got a great captain, and you know, the guys just need to stick together. This is a nice phase for us, building towards the World Cup, and yeah, if I can be a part of that, then I'll be happy to you know, to give my 110%.
We'll wrap up the English with Rudolf and then Ashfaq.
Just looking what you said just now, are you glad you made the experiments, or got any regrets?
I would have loved to make the experiments and win. You know, the regret is you don't want to lose a test match for many reasons. For the people who pay for the ticket and come and watch the match and who support you. And it was great again at Newlands for you guys who sit here and who's Springbok supporters. So that's a negative. But we've learned lessons, you know. There's things that we now can say, okay, when we go into the All Blacks and we go and play there, and it's maybe a wet weather game, we now know that this guy might struggle, or this guy might do this, or X, or Y, or Z, or whatever the case may be. So again, like the Welsh Test match 3 weeks ago, I know it was terrible to lose the first match, but from that we won the next two because we learned some lessons there, and hopefully this will help again going forward. So overall, sad to lose, but glad to learn lessons.
See, you said yesterday you're going to answer this question today. In terms of the captaincy, the team has won your first series as captain. How do you feel about that?
Obviously, after today, it's tough, but we're really glad that we won the series. You know, it's tough to lose in a Springbok jersey. Like, I was sitting there, you know, and everybody's happy that we won the series, but it's really bitter because, like coach says, now we have another 2 months to wait. But to be honest, I'm really happy that we won the series. We're really proud. We worked hard, and I think England was better today. They were better, and we let ourselves down with the discipline. But I think my teammate Duane, I know he's really special on and off the field. You know, he calms everything down. At the beginning, it was really tough, you know, and he's always there helping. 100, also a young leader in the team, you know, and you know, coach gives us the license to be adults in the team and take ownership, and it's something that I think is going to help us be better come 18 months time. And yeah, and the hard work that they put in puts us at ease because we have everything there for us. So yeah, I'm really proud of how it went, and the support that I got from my teammates, it was really special.
Great Afrikaans.
Okay, Rassie, net in Afrikaans, just a wrap up. Obviously disappointed to lose this game, but just happy to win the series. And then also about, obviously, having won the series, you did experiment a bit looking into the rugby championship, and I spoke to the World Cup next.
Ja, ons het die reeks gewen, so dit is lekker teen 'n span wat hoog gerank was voor ons begin het en wat nog steeds bo ons gerank was. So ek dink om die series te wen is goed vir ons, dit is goed vir die toekoms en dit gee ons hoop vir die World Cup vir volgende jaar. Ek dink die eksperimente dat ons die game het ons nie die game laat verloor nie. So ek dink die goed wat ons probeer het met spelers in ander posisies en 5 of 6 veranderinge in die game. Dis aanvaarbaar dat daar miskien rukkerigheid was in gameplan en ritme en so aan, maar daar's nie verskoning dat dit 14 penalties moet wees by die afbreekpunt of jy weet hanteerfoute of offloads in die tackle. Dit het eintlik niks met kombinasies uit te waai nie. So ja, dit is lekker om die reeks te wen. Dit is sleg om dit sal lekker gewees om die reeks te wen met die eerste game te verloor en die laaste 2 te wen as jy nou 2-1 moet wen. So want dit is nou 'n hele paar weke voor ons nou weer in Rugby Championship ingaan en is so goed as jou laaste wedstryd. Uit die eksperimente wat ons gehad het, is nie eksperimente nie, dit is goedjies wat ons wou toets. Goed dat ons wil seker wees. So ons het baie geleer. Sleg om te leer as jy verloor, is lekkerder om te leer as jy wen. Maar jy weet ons het gedink dit gaan hakkerig wees, maar die teleurstellende ding is ons baie goed wat ons kon kontrol. Ons het oor Glenn Jackson baie huiswerk gedoen. Weet hy's 'n ou wat by die afbreekpunt ongelooflik baie strafskoppe gee. Hy doen dit altyd. Hy's van die hoogste tellings daar. En ons het nie aangepas nie en jy kan nie dit toeskryf aan kombinasies. So dis die frustrerende deel van die wedstryd.
As mentioned that busy zihambe kakuhle zontathu ngaphandle lokugqibela, but enanto yabakuleyo mna ndifuna uba besetimini ngokuza kubuyela kwitimu yam ndiyophusha ndithi make sure ndenze yonke into esamandla am ndiphinde ndenze itimu. Into yoba ngukhokhela itimu ayisiyinto eyona ibalulekileyo kakhulu ukuthi make sure uba ndisetimini kakhulu, ndifuna udlala kakuhle vele, ndifuna uzibonakalisa ndizishanise because nala madoda amabini wabizileyo ayakwazi ukhokhela nabo. No, I'm not the high. Not the high going to lay but you know the ball to make sure about the team and these are the team.
Everyone, thank you very much. That's